Hello, I'm live again. Let's see, let's give everybody a minute. Today I decided to do, I like to watch movies, and we always talk about movies on two of my podcasts, trying to get like a third one going. We're just a miniature one. We noticed that, I noticed that I've watched movies that I don't really talk about, and some more modern movies that are coming out that I haven't really spoken about. So I'm going to talk about a movie today that I've seen already twice. And yeah, I'm going to talk about today. And that movie is Luca. It was Luca 2021. It's a PG, 1 hour and 35 minutes. One, the Italian Riviera, an unlikely but strong friendship grows between a human being and a sea monster disguised as a human. Director Enrico Casarosa, writers Enrico Casarosa, Jesse Andrews, Simon Stevenson, stars Jacob Tremblay, Jack Dylan Grazer, and Emma Berman. I'll be doing a little review on this. Uh, you know, Usually when I do my reviews, I do them not by myself. I usually do review with my co-host or a co-host. I usually have a co-host. So I'm just gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to just gonna. I can't. I don't feel right. It's side by side. There's two sides, and I think I'm just gonna need to bring in Mr. Ben Garrett. I think he's gonna need to help me out here. So without any further wait, can we please let Ben out of the green room? Oh, look who he is.
Oh, hey, is that
What?
you, CJ? Oh, there
That
you are.
is I.
Hello,
There you are.
hello.
Ben is now in the house.
I'm here. Yeah.
I feel better now. It's kind of been frying a little solo lately. Now it's always good to do
Yeah.
a tandem
No,
once
the
in a while.
the screen was just it was taking. You were taking up too much of it, so you needed. That's what you need. You needed a little
I need
bit. You needed something there, and it was me.
cuckoo. Jack like the cuckoo. All right, so we're doing something new today. What we call a side note. So
Yep.
if you've been following us or just seeing our stuff, a side note is what we call. Oh, sorry, side by side is where we take two movies and we compare them. And there's always something common. It can be a director, writer, actress, actor, anything. But we find something and we can't just talk about them. It's just two guys having a discussion. Well, we've realized that we still watch a lot of movies, and Ben and I were like, let's go more modern. And Luca just came out in 2021. We're going to talk about it for about 15 minutes. So we have a few questions here that we're going to pop up. But before we do that, let's just have a discussion about it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very good movie. It really didn't have a Pixar kind of feel movie to it though. It was almost just like a regular kind of Disney, the newer kind of Disney movie that you have out, like Frozen, stuff like that. Like I said, it didn't have that Pixar feel to it, honestly.
It didn't have
Um,
that spark, that love. I was. You said that, and it clicked to me. I was like, oh, that's the first thing I should have led with because it doesn't feel like a Pixar movie. I mean, the
no,
beginning of the movie, tuk 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 tuk, it's there, but after that, you're right. The soul or the heart isn't there.
yeah, and it was funny because I had a coworker who watched it before me, and I asked him. I was like, so, he was asking me about Coco, or is that? Yeah, that was the one. And he was like, "Did you cry at the end of that?" And I was like, "No, I don't think I did." And he was like, and then I asked him, I was like, "You'd seen Luca?" I said, "What'd you think? How'd you feel at the end of Luca?" And he was like, "Oh, I felt good. It was like a good, heartwarming feeling." And so I was like, "Okay, so it's different. It's not going to be one of those, you know, a lot of those Pixar movies are tearjerkers too.
Oh, dude, they
I
get
mean,
you.
they'll,
They
they'll
they
get
bring
you.
you in and rip you out.
Yeah, like Up. Yeah, I remember going and seeing that, and that just was like, like it hit you.
The beginning of it,
Oh,
you
I
even
know,
survived
man.
the intro.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things with
Finding
Luca that.
Nemo.
Oh God, we
Yeah,
we were the ones talking about the Finding Nemo the other day. Oh yeah.
yeah. With The Simpsons, they had that joke in there. It's like,
Sorry,
did you
that's
know
side
there
by
was a
side.
chapter one? Yeah. Oh well, go and
This
listen. I won't
this
give
is
you the whole
side
joke
note.
here.
Yeah, here's a little joke. This is so our side note is basically just us talking. I think what we're figuring out as you're watching us figure it out. It's kind of
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
With
Live.
me, yeah, in vivo. Oh, this isn't a Silenzio Bruno. um, think that's one thing I was able to take from it. Outside of that, it doesn't. To me, between watching Soul and then watching Onward, and Soul really relates to me, and then Onward is just I think very entertaining. I can't. I'm not gonna say I don't relate to it, but with Soul, like it's kind of like I'm right in my heart. Where Onward is just very entertaining. I want to know. I wonder if Onward. And you've seen Onward, right? You've seen both those
Yeah,
movies.
yeah, yeah.
And
Saw both
I
those.
wonder if Onward is because it has the Chris Pratt and Tom. Is it, I'm gonna get them confused. Looking
Tom Holland. Yeah.
Holland. All right, not
Yeah.
Middleton. Yeah, but Tom Holland, and it has both of them in there, and they do a great job. Plus, they've had experience working together. I don't know if it would matter in a voice unless they're
Yeah,
interacting with each other.
yeah. Because I think even when they're in studio, sometimes they still go in together. That way, you can get that chemistry.
Yeah.
Could be wrong, but sometimes I imagine sometimes they film in different locations. Now, if I had to guess, I would think that both these kids filmed together. You really did kind of feel a connection between Luca and oh my gosh, what
Alberto.
was Alberto?
Yeah.
You felt a connection there, and they you could tell they at least hung out.
Yeah,
little bit.
I think the thing with me with this movie, it definitely does not have that Pixar charm that always comes through. Um, I I honestly could not really relate to this movie till the second time I watched it. So I've already seen the movie twice,
Yeah.
and I realized I'm the Alberto character. So there's my connection in there. And then the reason I don't want to bash movies ever, but I mean I want if you have the production for a good movie, work on your story because the movie shot is magnificent. Like for the eye candy test, oh this is a great movie.
Oh.
And then knowing like having a background in animation and knowing how long it takes to make all that, I'm like damn they're cutting down on that time. They're getting a product. I'm not trying to put the product down, but it's a pretty good movie. And the sense for man. Loved He loved it. So I was like, I don't want to bash it. He's like, he watched the whole thing. He enjoyed it. So
Yeah.
I didn't. There are certain things that Disney movies that I'll talk about with you on Side by Side. Not here because this is a little side note. But I did you see the trend in Disney movies? But this one I felt is a little weak.
But it's different. That is one kind of good thing about it. It doesn't. I don't know, man. It kind of felt like a love letter to Italy too. Like it was very
animated
heavy.
Italy.
Yeah, exactly, man. So it was. I wonder too if there was like folklore or something like that about people that lived under the ocean and came on shore, and like that's what
Yeah.
inspired this. I would be very interested in knowing that.
Yeah, and it says they're sea creatures. They're not mermen. Pop. I'm a merman. They're sea creatures, which I thought was a yeah, that's where you get
Was,
away. Get
was
away
that
with
was that Zoolander right there?
Zoolander.
Remember?
I think yeah,
Merman. Merman.
because there is like you used to say mermaid, then you'd have to say they're mermen. So you say call them sea creatures, kind of blankets everything.
Yeah.
Which I mean that
Well,
doesn't really
and the
matter to
town
me.
folk call them sea monsters too. So
Monsters.
you do get that aspect of it as well.
I think it's not. I can't really connect too much with the story. I kind of feel like it jumps around too fast, without kind of explaining a whole lot. But there's really not a lot to be explained. You get the gist of what this movie is about, and that's what I do like about it. It definitely keeps the viewer that you are well aware of watching a movie, so I don't have to educate you the whole time.
Yeah.
It's a great to me. It's entertaining for sure. But with the coming into like characters. I mean, we have he's not a repeat offender on this show because it's brand new, but Jim Gaffigan is in this one.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until when I was watching it, I was like, that sounds like Jim Gaffigan. I did not realize that Maya Rudolph was in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. She's the mom. And yeah. So Luca is Jacob Tremblay, right? Something like that.
Yeah, Tremblay.
Yeah. And
What's he from?
so he was in. There's a movie called Good Boys, where it's like.
Oh, I haven't seen it, but yeah, I know what
kids.
you're talking about.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, but I knew he was in it. So because I remember seeing that name Tremblay, and I was like, oh, Ethan Tremblay from Due Date. Have you seen that one with Zach Galifianakis and Robert Downey
Oh
Jr.?
yeah, Robert Downey Jr.
He's
and,
like, my
Jamie
name
Foxx.
is, yeah, and my name is Ethan Tremblay, And then he had a really, really good stage name before that. He's like, why'd you think that would make it better? Like, I
I
don't
see
know. That's
his arsenal here is really good. He's the kid in Room. Haven't seen it, but I heard great things.
oh
He's the
yeah. Oh,
he's
he
the-
was. That was him.
yeah.
It's been a
I
while
think
since I've seen it, but I do remember seeing that. It was a very
he's
good movie.
he's in it as Jack. I'm assuming he's the main character. Well, no, he's probably not. Let me see real quick. Let me make sure.
Hey,
I'm
maybe.
He's Jack in Room. I don't know if he's the main. I think so. Yeah, he's a little kid. Yeah, he's Jack, and then also it says here he did. See where he did Wander, and that has Owen Wilson, and I believe.
Oh, he was the kid with Eric Stoltz.
Yeah, he's coming up.
Yeah.
Up and comer. I did meet what's his name, Sean William Scott's nephew from It. I can't even remember his name right now. It's sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I want a half answer, but show's moving on, and we got some questions here that we're gonna answer, and we'll just kind of keep this under 15 minutes. But we're definitely not. You and I talk too much, so we'll probably hit about 20-minute mark.
Well, we started like 2 minutes in, so we can trim it up. We can answer these questions and knock it out.
All right. Let's see. Was it a good story?
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. You knew where it was going, but I mean, it was a good story. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
I'm 50-50, but I'm lean more towards the good story. It was easy to follow. I think that's what it was for me. It was just it's a little easy to follow. The characters come out. I'm comparing it to Onward and Soul because those stories I would really hold up, like
Yeah.
you know.
To the
10, 13.
Pixar, like Disney Pixar standard, that's what you expect of those two
Yeah, I
movies.
expect that. You said it perfectly. It's a Disney movie. I didn't feel Pixar, and maybe there's a difference. I'm not too sure. But I will say I'm definitely not the demographic for this movie.
Yeah.
But I will say that someone in my household isn't the demographic, so I'm happy that my son can watch it and enjoy it. And but yeah, I mean, other than that, like being a parent and watching it, it's not a bad watch for a kid. There's nothing really wrong with it. So let's see. This is where I think the issue is. Where we're gonna have. Was there any Were there character development? Any characters develop anything?
For Alberto, that's about it.
Yeah.
You
That's
saw
what
him kind of like, okay, he was humbled a little bit. So I mean, there was a little bit there. Huh?
The thing about the mother, who's trying to get rid of him, that was kind of like, I was like, okay, what's going on here? Just send them to but then you see the Uncle Ugo. He's like a deep sea fish. So, sorry, there's too much air up here. Like the little scenes. That's I like that scene a lot. I thought that was
Yeah,
It was
and that's
supposed to
Sacha
be
Baron Cohen.
he's the
Yeah,
oh, awesome. And then I liked that that he was that was in there to gives you like little glimpses of certain I don't know jokes, and then we have here we go. Did it make you think? Did you think differently after you saw this?
no. This was a simple movie. Like it
Yeah, I
was,
agree.
it wasn't too complicated as far as story or, anything like that goes. It was mostly about friendship. Is really what it was. And whenever you have a movie like that, then you don't need to think too much. You're just telling a story.
Yeah, the first time I saw it, I didn't like it as much as I liked the second time I saw it. I think, and I mean, I saw it through the first time, but I'll say that I picked up on that friendship more the second time, and I focused more on that because that really is the whole base of the movie. Just two friends hanging out, and then like I said, I relate way more with the Alberto character, and he's the one that actually does have a little change. But I mean, there's
I guess Luca too. He becomes more brave, and he always kind of. It seemed like he wanted to go up, but he just never did. And so he had that little push from Alberto, and he was able to. And he's going off to school. So I mean, there's that too. I guess there's I guess changing dialogue is normally what you expect. Like the way they say things and what they say is kind of how you judge a character development sometimes. But Luca had that as well.
So I haven't figured out yet how to. I mean, I figured it out, but I'm trying to get it better. I have Ana Laura, is one of my good friends. She wrote here. I guess we're talking about because I don't have it hooked up yet 100%. We're working on it, but it says here. She said he's a good little boy actor. Love do date, and she said hi. But so yeah, we were usually I can post it on the we can post it up here, but I don't. I think because I have a couple of different email addresses, they're not linking up. But we'll work on that on the side notes and everything. But yeah, he's a good actor for this. Did you feel anything? Did it emote you?
Oh yeah, I mean it gets you there. I mean it doesn't have, like I said, it doesn't have the capacity of most Disney Pixar movies. But I mean I did. I was like, oh okay, Was the feeling like 110%? No, but it did make me feel. I'm not gonna lie. It got you every once in a while.
Yeah, I didn't feel anything. I didn't get anything. I wasn't like oh
I felt nothing.
I felt nothing while watching this movie. I think, I mean, from my eyes, appealing, like, it's awesome. Like, the way they actually made this movie looks like a real movie. I have it playing in the background muted, but it's like I'm just looking at the shadows, I'm looking at, the interactions, the way it moved, the fluidness of everything. That's great. I love that. But as in, like, did I connect with it? Did I really was like, I mean, like I said, also, I'm probably not for me. So, but I think
At the end, whenever he hugs him and he's like, I'm going to be okay now. Like that always kind of gets me,
little thing.
Yeah. I mean, did I cry? No. I mean, this wasn't like a crying type movie, but I'm not going to lie and say it didn't make me feel a little bit like whenever you get, I'm going to be okay. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Alberto.
I mean, I like
you got
that,
Massimo. You got, you got.
like, when, I'm a best friend guy. I like the best friend movie. Sorry. I'm a best friend movie guy. And these are, I guess, the beginning of a friendship, but even when they disagree, it's not like it's not detrimental. It's just like you have friendships, you have agreements, things happen. But yeah, I didn't really. I mean, like I said, maybe a few watches down, but like Soul, there was a point where I was just like, "Damn you!" And then Onward, there was a laughing cry tear, like oh. And this one, I just kind of. I mean, I'm watching twice. I'm not saying that I have to go and if I'm going to get it or I'm not. But I think watching it the second time and just kind of really just giving it full attention was like I was like, oh okay. Now the question that I love to ask: did it entertain you?
Yes, I'm not gonna lie. I fell asleep first time I watched it. Had to go back, but to be all fairness, I had a long day, so I don't want to judge that too much. So and I just wanted to throw that out there with that question. Did it entertain me? Yes, but I did fall asleep. So. Yeah.
Oh, you fell asleep while you were watching it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you're tired, yeah, it happens.
Yeah, but no, it entertained me. I enjoyed like you said, the visuals of it for sure. It was entertaining. Yeah.
I will say that this was very entertaining. I mean, certain little characters here that don't really stick out that pop, but collectively, they all like the pacing of the movie. It's perfect. Even Dad, being tough and strong and big and only having one arm. That's like something new. It was like, oh, we have someone missing a appendage here. I love the fact that Bruno, with his part, they all have the little parts of the. And I'm sorry, Bruno. Alberto, he's like, you're eating, and then she goes, "Come on, you gotta train." He goes, "I'm always training, like always eating, like expecting more from you when you've already given up. Get more." He's like, "I'm doing it."
Yeah.
But those are. What's up?
I wonder where Silencio Bruno came from, like what that's about. Like, maybe he thought somebody was talking to themselves. He saw like a human that he thought was talking to themselves, or a crazy person that was talking to themselves.
That's true. That like because they see and they repeat.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, stupid though? Like
yeah.
Like they see so. Where did that? Well, he says it doesn't matter, but I don't know where Bruno. Maybe Bruno's his dad. Maybe.
I
don't want to throw anything like that, but maybe it comes somewhere. I mean, it's an inner thought. Things like that.
maybe those two guys at the boat, they were like Silencio Bruno. And we just missed it at the very beginning.
Oh, we missed it, yeah. I don't know. It's a cute little catch. I don't know where it came from. I don't know where Alberto.
But that's fine, and that's okay too. Like you don't need to know where it comes from. It's just fun to speculate.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to feel like
we're gonna start a fan theory on Reddit. Where did Silencio Bruno come from?
So, I mean, we're probably on the trivia. I'm not even gonna look at it. Yeah, we have not enough time. We're at 19 minutes. I was also another gauging to see how long you and I can talk for a minimum, and it's not gonna.
Yeah. All right. I bet you we can get it under 25. That's the new goal. Let's go.
Minutes.
What other questions you got? Shoot them off.
And and I'm cool. Well, that was it. We had the five, but we can keep going. We're figuring it out. I was just thinking that what do you call it? 3 minutes, we have 10 minutes. 10 minutes would be 30 minutes. I'm pretty sure we're gonna hit that. But
We'll see.
you know the.
We'll see. I said we'll see.
We'll see. All right. Well, we'll just go here and we'll keep talking a little bit. But we figured out we're gonna do our patented 1 through 13 score. No zeros exist in a movie because it was completed. I'll go first on the score. From the was it a good story to the character development to what did it make me think, did it make me feel, was I entertained? It hits a lot of those, but just not a lot, and maybe not directed towards me. But that being said, I still watched it. I still put my time into it. I still was entertained. I still enjoyed the movie itself. It is not in my 13, 12, 11. It's not a 10. I'm going to give it like a 9, and only because that story, that character development. It's a great movie. If I recommend it for toddlers. If you want to put a movie on to keep them entertained, put it on. I mean, I was doing it. I was doing right now. I'm doing that. But and I don't mean to put it down that only toddlers can watch. I'm saying they like one of the toddlers like that. But if you put it on and you just want to watch a movie with your kid, good one. It's very entertaining. But as for a story, and that's me being, it's a Pixar movie. Stories don't have to be too over, idea or plotted. Yeah. But I do enjoy that. It was a good movie. A 9 is still a good score.
Yeah.
So
I'm right there with you, man. My score is also 9. It's just right. It's like it's par level movie. It's not over the top. It doesn't like excite me. It's like I'm not looking for Luca 2, I guess is kind of what I'm getting at. But if they make it, hey, I'll watch it. Continue the story. I mean, that is kind of interesting, him living in the city and trying to avoid getting caught. But yeah, a 9. Solid 9.
Solid 9.
Solid
yeah,
9.
I mean,
Almost, I would say a 9.5 if we're going to even go there a little bit further. But I mean, am I going to just sit down? It's not a rewatch like Soul was. Like that was a rewatch just to pick up on what you missed and everything like that. Onward as well. Onward, man, it had the Pixar Disney feel for me. And it did hit me in the feels just a little bit, but not as much as I thought it was going to. But I love the story there too, and just how that one was just really kind of a, I don't know, if you were really into Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, I bet you that was like nostalgia lane. Because I know reading through the trivia on that, they had a lot of callbacks to that as well. But yeah.
Well, if you like
Luca,
movies about trees that like to walk, then you would now play.
But no, Luca is it's a solid movie. It really is. And like you said, what I thought was really cool was whenever it would rain or whenever they would go back and forth between being human and a sea creature. I thought those were the coolest scenes to watch. Especially when you're splashing out of the water and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the opening scene really sets the tone of the visuals of this movie.
yeah.
And it really does, like, even like the slow out of the water, a lot of different things like that I really enjoyed.
I like that they were hurting fish. I thought that was pretty
that too.
funny.
Also, what you said about Onward, just not to keep comparing these movies, but they are from Disney, and they,
It's a Disney Pixar. Like that's, like I said, there's a standard there when you hear that.
Yeah, and I'll say with Onward, it got me in the feels. It got me real good in the feels, but it entertained me in the fields. You know what I mean? Like I like that Dungeons and Dragons reference you just made, because it is kind of like it is told if you're into Dungeons and Dragons or just like any like imaginary game, like maybe Imagine. When you play games like that, that's where it kind of hits the home. But I mean, I don't have to actually be an expert or actually know a lot about those games to really get Onward. And Onward was just a great. It was an entertaining ride with a lot of growth in the characters. Where this one is entertaining, but I don't know what it was. I don't know what really the standard. It wasn't the Pixar standard.
Yeah.
But the dad character kind of annoyed me a lot. Jim Gaffigan's character. But outside of that, but that's Disney's thing. That's what we can talk about later on Side by Side. I think that's Disney's whole thing about the dads.
All right.
You know.
Well, I mean, we're right there at 25. Let's just cut it right here.
Do you want to cut it?
Let's
25
cut it.
minutes?
25
All
minutes.
right. Well, everyone, thank you for listening to us. We're doing a side note today with Luca. Why are we doing a little outro? Is it a little outro, you know?
Oh yeah.
It's Luca 2021, PG-13. The duration is 1 hour and 35 minutes. You heard it here first at side note that we gave it. Oh, yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah.
So
We gave it a 9. Don't forget it.
2 nines, 99. Peace.
See you later.